Welcome, beautiful people. Today we're going to look at the fortune that awaits you in the next chapter of your life. It could be a prediction for the 2023 if you're looking at it before this new year, or it could be actually a timeless reading just about the next chapter that awaits you next maybe 2-3 months. I don't want to make my reading sugarcoating sweet tale that just reinforces your fantasies and your addiction to tarot. And this is why I want to include in this reading the very important part, what you need to do to actually welcome this fortune into your life. This would be all about behavior, because in the end of the day, I'm a psychologist and I believe in true, real actions, even if it's sometimes really difficult to perform them. I'm going to show you the card Wheel of Fortune in each of the 3 groups that we have today, and also I'm going to show you crystals that we have for this reading right now. I did this click with my fingers and I suddenly realized that I unconsciously copied the Gem Goddess. I hope you won't be annoyed by it, but yeah, I watch many different tarot readers, so it's normal for me sometimes to copy them. So for today we have for group 1, the Anima Tarot deck and green Aventurine tree. For group 2 we have white Newman deck and red Aventurine tree. And for group 3, today we have the Tarot Cats and blue Lepidolite tree. Please take your time to choose a group that you are drawn most to. It is normal to be interested in more than one group. You can pause video here or reach previous part of the video to choose your group and then go to the timestamps down below to receive your personalized reading. And we're going to start from the group 1 right now. Welcome, my dear group number 1. Today I decided to choose Anima Tarot deck with this green Aventurine tree. And as I promised you, we're not only going to look at your fortune or at your blessings that come in your way in the next chapter of your life, but also we will definitely look at your concrete actions that should be performed to be able to open the gate towards your fortune and your blessings. And first, we're going to start with your tarot deck to see what circumstances are going to surround you on this way towards your blessings in your next chapter, and also what would go on in your inner situation. So first of all, outer circumstances. And we have for you the World, Death, 9 of Cups. Everything looks pretty interesting and beautiful, to be honest. Very positive, actually, energy. Even we have the card of the Death. So Queen of Cups and 9 of Wands. I'm more than sure that the majority of you know a lot about tarot, because my channel is small and usually people come here who already know it. But if you didn't know, 9 of Cups and 9 of Wands together, they talk about our coming of the difficult challenge towards the stability, learning to count on yourself. That's what's important. And learn how to withstand the challenge again by yourself. Of course, it could look and feel very difficult, but because we have this 9 of Cups, the card of the personal success, individual success, this talks me that the challenge that is coming to your way, or maybe you're already experiencing this challenge right now, the situation where you have to defend your boundaries, actually, situation where someone could attack you or someone could just cross your boundaries in other way, psychologically or physically. So this unfortunate situation actually shows me here that it forces you to step into your power. First of all, acceptance of your energies in form of your emotions and in the form of your desires, because of the Queen of Cups here. For some of you, because this card of the World looks like a traveler, I feel that your outer circumstances would be connected to your traveling somewhere, Or it could be about finishing some project or important part of your life, especially if we have death here, which also could talk about finishing about important part of your life. Again, card of the death always talks about transformation that doesn't have the way back. Like you cannot move back towards what you had before. So it's like very important outer situation that forces you to change. I believe this is about this change. So even if it feels as a challenging energy, it's still, as I told you, it has this very actually positive potential. It's an energy of forcing yourself to accept your own responsibilities so that you can become more free from other opinions and from even outer circumstances, right? Because when we accept our responsibilities, it's easier for us to be free from others around us. What's happening in your inner situation? 8 of Pentacles, 7 of Swords, and the Emperor. So with 7 of Swords, near 8 of Pentacles and the Emperor, it's some form of a self-doubt. It's like, I'm ready to work. I have this motivation to work on my problems. I have this motivation to be in my power. However, there is like this anxiety or maybe again self-doubt in a way of negative fantasizing your negative beliefs about your past where you acted more from the weaker perspective. And this 7 of Swords, it's like it hunting you still. Even if you see that you're progressing in the next chapter of your life, you see that your little or bigger steps actually give you result. You're so afraid of your past where you did actions that didn't serve you well, that like you don't feel confident enough. So you're always scared that you might scare your blessings that come into your way by your fear, by your anxiety. But I feel that it's just part of your path. It's the idea of continue working diligently, the idea of believing in your actions, believing in your motivations, even when you are scared, even when you are doubting yourself. Like continue moving forward, not from the most powerful point, you know? This may be a big lesson for you in this next chapter of your life, but it also could be by itself huge blessing, because learning this lesson can actually help you to grow so much. And now in this part of the reading, I want to use this beautifulest Moon Witch Oracle. And what is cool about this oracle is not only amazing design of the cards that like I just love them, they're so good, but also the fact that we have rituals connected to each of the cards in this book. So this is about your steps, what you have to do to be able to achieve your fortune in the next chapter of your life, your blessings, right? And I'm going to draw 3 cards from this oracle. So my intention is to draw 3 cards. Each of them would like go in a time fashion. How can I say? First card would represent the ritual that I'm going to read and write on the screen that you have to do as fast as possible. Like today, tomorrow, not really thinking a lot about it. Like don't try to prepare yourself 100% for this ritual. Do what you can do from it. Like it's really important to do it fast and right now. Second ritual, a bit later, obviously, maybe a few days, maybe a week later after first ritual. And the third one is again, week later after second ritual, or in the moment when you will feel that you already receiving your blessing or you are close to this last part of the next chapter. The other interpretation could be if you felt resonance with any of those cards or with any of those rituals that I'm going to demonstrate to you, then feel free to just use exactly this 1 or 2 rituals. Like, you don't need to go in the order that I decided to intend for this part of the reading. Your intuition is always supreme above my words, always. So let's see what we have for the first ritual for you. Moonflower. Bloom even if no one is watching. And even before we are going to read the explanation of this card from the book, I already can tell you that definitely this is a card of the acceptance of your own beauty, of your own powers, and rejection of dependence on the opinion of others. If you allow yourself to bloom when no one is watching, if you allow yourself to bloom for yourself, for the blooming itself, no other purpose, just to live your life fullest, even when no one can tell you how good and cool you are. This is a very powerful attitude towards life, and it definitely allows us to live free and confident when we can express this behavior. And let's look at the explanation of your card. So, the Moonflower. Who are you in your quietest moments? Who are you when no one is looking? What ignites your soul? What are you most passionate about? The Moonflower endures the strength of all elements and experiences so much hardship using only moonlight to grow, yet she's incredibly beautiful. She blooms silently for no one but herself. Growth is never linear. For every step forward, sometimes you fall 2 steps back. Do not worry about what you cannot control, such as judgments of others. What matters is your progress. Work on your growth, stay true to yourself, master your craft, and be the best version of yourself. Just like the Moonflower, bloom in silence. Every success and every story starts with you. Everything else will follow. Just like lotus, we too have the ability to rise from the mud, bloom out of the darkness, and radiate into the world. Buddhist proverb. You might heard some emotions in my voice right now because it hit me home so hard right now. I really facing the problem of blooming when no one is watching still. It's cool that you're watching me right now, and I'm incredibly grateful for this. Thank you for choosing me today. But I still really scared about the possibility that my channel won't be able to grow as much as I want, and the only thing that I can do is to continue blooming, even when results are so small. It's difficult, it's painful. However, it is also about ego and inadequate pride. If I overstep my ego and my inadequate pride, then I can bloom when even no one is watching, because I'm doing this for myself. But if I cannot overstep my ego, and I so much need the validation of others, because I believe that I'm very cool, so I need to hear it from others because I want someone to validate my own thoughts about me, then it's become really difficult to motivate myself to do work. So the ritual of the Moonflower. Sit down with a pen and paper and ask yourself, what would I do if I knew I could not fail? If you knew the universe supported your beginnings, would you be brave enough to live your life to the fullest? Definitely, this is about your bravery. This is about you accepting yourself, your desires, and you become bold and you become brave enough to live your life for the fullest. But to be able to do it, to be able to achieve this fortune, you have to work. This is not something that just suddenly falls on you from the sky, from the heavens. This doesn't work like this, unfortunately. I know. So if you're dreaming about this strong self-confidence, if you're dreaming to clear your doubts about yourself, first of all, about your boundaries near others, I still feel that it would be, and it was already, and it still would be an important issue for you in the nearest future, then you have to do this ritual as fast as possible. It's not so difficult. Don't overthink it. Write everything that comes to your mind first. Pour your heart on the paper. Allow yourself to be free. And I know that some of you could really overthink it and could build some frames and boundaries and obstacles for yourself, even in this exercise, even in this ritual. No, allow yourself to be free. Allow your imagination to flow freely on the paper. Don't overthink it. Don't think that, oh no, but even if I'm writing it, but it's still impossible. It doesn't matter. Idea is to just create this piece of self-realization, I guess, if we can say like this. And just trust that even doing this action already helps you to move forward. Definitely know that when journaling, I do it rarely. However, every time when I actually journaling, it doesn't matter. I don't need to think about real steps, how to achieve something. I just need to journal about it. I just need to open my mind to those ideas and possibilities. And the universe always finds ways how to show me how to move towards those things that are interesting for me. All right, what about our second ritual for you? Waning gibbous counts your blessings. Okay, so the waning gibbous phase of the moon could be really important for you in the next chapter of your life. It could be this point where you will be able to actually achieve what you're searching for right now, or experience some major influences towards your manifestation again in this stage of the moon cycle. Let's see. You are being called to express gratitude. We are typically so preoccupied with our desires and goals that we often forget to acknowledge our accomplishments. So stop for a second and reflect on what you have to be grateful for today. Beautiful suggestion, like one of the most important suggestions. When people ask me, where can I start? Like, what should I do? I have so many things on my mind and the problems in my head life. I always tell them you should start from gratitude. Always. It's like step 0. Maybe you need to come back to the gratitude if you didn't practice it for some time. The waning gibbous moon represents acceptance, gratitude, and sharing. Instead of starting something new, take it easy and focus on gratitude. Gratitude is what connects us to the divine. The heart that gives thanks is a happy one, for we cannot feel thankful and unhappy at the same time. Douglas Wood. You know what? I agree with this phrase and also disagree a bit, because I believe that it is okay and it is all right to experience negative emotions, for example, fear or anger, and actually to experience gratitude in the same moment. Because our negative emotions, they have different levels, and emotions at the first level, like real emotions, they are not very strong. Usually they should not be really strong, and they are part of our reality. So sometimes even you can feel still grateful even when you feel negative emotions. That's my main idea. What about the ritual for this card? Gratitude ritual. Sit down with a pen and paper and make a gratitude list. Write down 10 things you are most grateful for. Family, supportive friends, sunlight, food on the table, etc. List anything that comes to your mind. Reflect on your life and acknowledge what you have to be grateful for. And I want to add, this is so important. This is from my personal practice. This is from my practice as a counselor. Don't forget to be grateful, not only to universe or to the goddess, to the outer power, but also you have to be grateful to yourself for your own actions. because I definitely experience it on my own experience. I pray every night and I do this gratitude basically ritual every night. And I pray to Goddess and I thank her for everything, for food and safe space and like health of myself and my close people. And I do this pretty like every day for quite some time. However, a few weeks ago, I started to feel that I'm not doing enough, that I can do actually more. And, this level of perfection started to grow and level of self-judgment started to grow. And then my therapist actually reminded me about gratitude towards myself, because that allows us to be mindful towards our actions. That allows us to overcome anxiety and this like perfectionism. Because when I first give my gratitudes towards the Goddess, and after this, I always thank myself for a few actions, 3, 5, 7 actions that I did today. For example, I'm thankful for the fact that I'm like filming this pile. I definitely will say it before I'll go to bed when I will pray. And this is not about egoism or narcissism. This is about mindfulness. Like, I feel that we have to be grateful for our actions, because not every person can perform those regular actions. Not everyone can afford to feel readings, for example, or even clean your dishes. Not every person on earth can do it. So it's actually a demonstration of your level of compassion and level of understanding that everything that you have is a blessing, right? So when you thank yourself for actions that you did, even for the desire, like sometimes when I wanted to draw the whole day and I still didn't do it, at night I would say that I'm grateful for the fact that I have this desire. Why? Because I know what art block means, right? And in that art block, I don't have desire to draw. And this is a very difficult situation for me as an artist, because like I kind of know that I would like to draw, but I don't have this desire in my heart in this moment. Actually, I have it and I block it. This is why it's art block, but this is different discussion. So being thankful for my good adult positive desires is a way of being grateful for the fact that those energies exist in me. Like positive reinforcement always supports skills and actions. I spend a lot of time on this part, but to be honest, it is never too much to talk about positive reinforcement and gratitude. Never too much. How many years I study psychology and practice spirituality, and I always round back to the same action, the most important action, I think, gratitude. From the whole my spiritual again and psychological practice. And the last card for you would be Hecate. Change is important. Release the past. Of course, this connection to our death card here happening. So when something, if you will feel that you have to let go of something or someone even from your life, this ritual can help you. Hecate is the Greek goddess of magic, witchcraft, crossroads, ghosts, herbs, and poisonous plants. Wow, such a extremely strong feminine manifestation, divine manifestation. Wow. She's the protector and liberator of woman and the breaker of the chains created by men. Oh my God, I feel so connected to her right now. Free and independent, she is love and anger, light and darkness. She is the priestess of the dark moon. Hecate is a witch. Hecate can see in all directions and all points of time, the past, the present, and the future. She is here to remind you that changes are crucial for growth. She has seen it firsthand. Sometimes she asks us to let go of what is familiar in order to travel to the darker places of our soul. But do not fear. Those who seek Hecate's protection can move safely in the darkness. Strong. So the crossroads spell. If you are ever at crossroads in your life and cannot make a decision, ask Hecate for guidance. Sit with a pen and paper on the darkest night of the month and write down your question. Once finished, leave the paper at the crossroads or right outside your door, like in ancient times, together with an offering for Hecate and her dogs. She will travel to all parts of your timeline and will bring you the answer. When she returns, watch out for signs. Pay attention to your dreams and especially to her loyal messengers: dogs, horses, owls, bats, snakes, boars, raisins and currants, any night-blooming plants, cinnamon, myrrh, magrod, honey, black tourmaline, black onyx, and smoky quartz. That's a whole squad here, what I can say. And this is such a beautiful message. It described so beautifully. She will travel all parts of your timeline, all parts of your timeline, your past, your present, your future, right? And she will bring your signs. I love this idea that future is already exists. And I love this idea that we can connect with our future, so it will ease our anxiety about making the decision, kinda. How was your reading for today, my dear group number 1? I hope it was inspiring for you. For me, it was something new. I don't know what exactly, but I just felt new energy during doing your reading. Felt new energy. Maybe I'm changing at last. Because, as I told you, I have some problems with blooming when no one is watching, and I definitely don't know about future. I'm kind of on a crossroads, but then on the other side, I actually know what I have to do to move forward. So this uncertainty hunted me for some time. But doing your reading here, I just feel that I'm doing everything right, exactly right now in this moment. And this brings me, definitely it's connection to your energy. I know it. Every reading that I do has the energy of the reader, of the listeners, right, of the viewers. So I definitely want to give you this message about your energy. You have the connection to your fate inside you. If you know about human design, it might be that for majority of those who decided to choose this group, you have your G center or your monopole defined, right? I hope that I'm translating it right because I learned about it more in Russian rather than in English. So basically, this is the idea of this center inside your heart that is connected to our fate. This feeling, strong feeling that everything goes as it should, always. It doesn't mean that you don't have anxiety about future, but it still always brings you back to this feeling that I am in the right place, this is the right time, I cannot force anything in my life, everything opens itself before me when it should. For those of you who don't have this connection, basically in your genes right now, it's okay. It's part of your beautiful path to sometimes experience this and sometimes not. All our centers that are open, if we're going to talk about human designs, they are the places in us that contain the possibility for gaining the enlightenment there. So by searching ways how to gain this confidence during this lifetime, you actually can become someone who can teach others about it. Because someone who is born with this knowledge, it's really difficult for us, because I can connect with this exactly defined G center. So someone who is born with it, we cannot really teach you how to reach this state because it's already innate. I hope that I'm telling the name of the center right. But even if I'm mistaken, those of you who know design understood what I'm talking about. Those of you who don't know design, write me down in the comments if you're actually interested, and I definitely will look up this for you. And yeah, overall, please leave any comment down below. It would be really important for my channel. And I also do personal readings in my Etsy shop. You can find the link down below. And see you next readings. Bye. Welcome group 2. Your choice for today was Red Aventurine 3 and this White Newman deck. And before we use your tarot deck, I want to tell you what's going on in this reading. So first part of the reading, we will see what circumstances going to surround you on your way towards your next fortune blessings, like your outer circumstances and also your inner situation. And then we will go to the next part of the reading, as I promised you, where I will use this beautiful Moon Beach Oracle that I adore because it's like super stylish, and also it is very, I don't know, it just connects to my soul on such deep level, exactly because what is written in this book. For each card on the outer of this oracle created a ritual. There is more like hand-on ritual. It's not like wait the blue moon on the morning of the Tuesday when it's raining. You know, sometimes rituals can be really difficult to fulfill, but those are more about mindfulness, more about something that you can do pretty much every day. Very rarely it contains some information about concrete day or something that you have to wait. Anyway, we are going to use this oracle exactly for this ritual part. We'll draw 3 cards, and basically those 3 rituals will tell you what you have to do or in what way you should focus your attention so that you can bring your next coming fortune to your life with more ease and less resistance. Because even if I truly believe, that's my position, that everything is already destined for us, still, in my opinion, it is our work to bring this destiny in our life in an easier mode. I know that it could sound contradictory, but you know, like even if I destined, for example, to have abs for this summer, they will not just fall from the sky on my body. No, I have to work towards achieving this shape of my body if I want it. So I have to search ways how I can do it in a more ethical and like more suitable way for my body, right? It like all responsibility is still on me, even if the result is already there. So let's use your tarot card. This is one of my most favorite tarot or decks. White Newman Sacred Animal deck, if I'm not wrong. It's called the full name of this deck. It has 2 additional cards. It would be really interesting to see if you will get them in this reading today. What the outer circumstances are going to surround you in the next chapter of your life that will have an impact on your upcoming fortune. So we have for you 10 of Swords, such a strong beginning of the reading, King of Cups, balancing 10 of Swords, the Hierophant in the middle, the Empress, and the Page of Wands. This Hierophant right in the middle, being number 5 in Higher Arcanas, talks about change. Number 5 is the number that comes in the middle between like 1 and 9 and 10 even. So the idea of number 5 is that we already went through half of our path, and now it is time to shift energies, to change the perspective, and to step onto the second part of our path. And being the Hierophant card, it talks about accepting your responsibility, following the rules. So I see here that these outer circumstances will challenge you, your discipline. Yes, that's what I'm hearing here, because the Empress, exactly in this deck, look at her. She is the warrior empress. She's not just sitting in her garden as usually we can see in other tarot decks, but she's actually standing upright and she's ready to go forward and fight if it's needed for her goals and for her values. And I don't know why, but randomly this cloud looked like a little bunny. Maybe bunny or rabbits are animals that are important for you, spiritual animal or something like this. So the idea is here that to be able to use your powers, to be able to live your sense of pittiness, maybe helplessness, you will have to accept the structure that is going on around you next chapter of your life, or maybe it's already happening here. I feel that for you, there would be some shaking situation. You will see that it's coming. I wanted to compare it to the Tower situation, but actually Tower usually very abrupt. But with this Ten of Swords and exactly the way how she looks here on this card, she's so, she's kind of accepting her fate. She's tired from it. She even maybe was waiting for the end of these concrete situations. And swords being a suit of mind and our thoughts, with Ten of Swords represents the ending of long-lasting lies that we were telling ourselves first of all. And of course, it could be that we were telling those lies to other people and those lies again impacted our other situations in life. But the most important thing with King of Cups near this Ten of Swords, I see here that you would be forced to see your lies. Maybe some person who is more mature than you in their acceptance of emotions that contains in themselves more masculine energy, they could show you with their compassion, with their attitude of acceptance. They won't, I feel here that they might not actually tell you the words like, you have to change, you have to look at this situation, you have to be more honest. It even feels like a therapist here, energy, therapist or spiritual teacher, someone. They won't maybe tell you straightforwardly that you have to be honest, but their kind and calm and gentle behavior would force you to look at your self-lies. That doesn't allow you to move forward, that doesn't allow you to be disciplined enough to embrace your new passionate journey. You have these ideas inside you, I feel it, and those ideas coming to your life already came to your life, but they will have very huge impact on you in the next chapter. They come to you as inspiration from actions of others. You see how others move with their passion towards something, and you want the same, and you feel that you can do it. But yes, definitely, with the Hierophant being here, the most impactful energy, this is the force that telling you that the time has come to become more responsible and more, maybe in some ways harsh, cutting out those things that doesn't serve for your higher purpose. For example, first of all, your lies, and accepting your emotions. I feel that this figure could has big impact on you. It could be even, someone as Eckhart Tolle, right? Someone in internet. For me, I actually think that he is my teacher, even if he never meet me. And still, the fact that I can hear his teachings allow me to consider he's my teacher. So it could be someone even online. And in your inner circumstances that will affect your fortune in next chapter of your life. King of Pentacles, Three of Cups, and Knight of Wands. I see this challenge exactly in being Three of Cups right underneath this Hierophant. It's like Your inner circumstances is a huge desire to communicate with your people, to spend time with them, to hang out with them, and maybe it's some form of dependable behavior because you feel how they fulfill you, how you feel at ease near them. But unfortunately, it could be really misleading energies, because if you're always searching ways how to feel good, it might not allow you to actually develop yourself, because development not always and usually doesn't feel really good. So I feel this strong desire in the core of you that maybe will be connected to your self-lies, and it is connected to your financial stability, to your sense of security. It's affecting your sense of security and maybe bringing you some anxiety because you maybe overspend your time or overspend your resources on those hanging out with others. It could be your real friends in real life. It could be your online friends. It could be your even games if you're playing with someone online. So any form of social activity, no matter how many people you have in your life, I feel that you have this desire and you are drawn towards those energies because you feel that they change you for the better. But again, as I said, not always. Everything should be balanced out. With the Knight of Wands, it's just another representation of this strong desire to move forward fast. Maybe it's some form of greediness also here. I feel this energy from you. So it could be that the challenge for you here is balancing out your maybe unstable energy. And the biggest fortune that coming towards you is exactly this sense of stability, calmness, confidence, and power that the Hierophant can bring to you. When we are in the energy of Hierophant, we are connected to the spirit realm, and we do not hesitate. We don't have doubts because we are so connected to this realm. We are so wise. We allow our intuition to flow, and we know where we need to wait and where we need to move. We definitely don't experience anxiety because our highest trust to the God or to the spirit, to like higher energies, right? This trust just does not allow us to be anxious, does not allow us to overthink. This is Hierophant always brought me this energy of spiritual power. So I feel that when you will be able to go through those challenges and learn about yourself more, you will be able to overcome this dependable behavior from the social situation, from hanging out and spending your time and spending your energy on fun things, because you will be able to gain this stability here. Even this triangle that is drawn on her face here, you might see this triangle. I just feel that, yes, obviously, it also represents masculine energy. It's like feminine figure accepting her masculine energy and fire inside her. So it's very, very balanced representation of the being. However, also, I feel that it is like this stability. What figure is the most stable? I believe it's a triangle. Yeah, I'm more than sure that it's a triangle. And interesting that we have Three of Cups here, right? As this, again, maybe unstable energy. Another blessings that coming to your way, that by accepting your responsibility and by becoming more disciplined person here, not through the forcing yourself to do it, but actually through knowledge about your possibilities, abilities, and about your emotions and compassion, you will be able to build deeper connections with people. No matter if you have extremely best friend with whom you think that you know each other like till the bottom of your hearts, or if you don't have this person, I feel here that absolutely new dimension of social connection is opening for you based on the stability and adequate boundaries. It's like you're opening your truth here. You're becoming more responsible for your own fortune and success, what is really, really beautiful. But because it's a pretty difficult path, I know it myself. Boundaries are the most difficult part of social connection for me. I am as a person who is highly sensitive, who can read emotions and minds, and who is just was born to help others, basically. For me, it was and it's still difficult to maintain adequate boundaries, but I definitely can compare what's happening right now with me and my position near my close people. And for example, what was happening a year ago, I see that I grown up. I see the huge difference. Now I allow myself to say no, first of all, not only them, but to my desire. And when I cannot say no to this desire, when this desire is inadequate, when this desire is actually harmful, I start to ask myself questions like, okay, so why exactly I won't hang out that much? And usually, for me personally, it's my problem. The answer would be is that I'm running from responsibility. Earlier, it was from school, but at last I finished my school and I'm a free person. How happy I am. Now it is from other anxieties, to be honest. Last few days I am alone and all one, and I'm so happy that I'm not spending my time on anyone but on myself. I feel like I'm reborn again. Anyway, let's look at your oracle cards that I promised you. We will see in the second part of your reading. And as I said, we will draw 3 cards. I intended them to be in a timeline fashion, what first card that we are going to draw, and it would be spells and rituals, bring magic and self-care together. It's so beautiful. I told you that the most important part would be about rituals. Here it is. You are my little witch. So I'm going to read about this card from the book. And I want to suggest to you, to recommend you, to fulfill this ritual as fast as possible, today or tomorrow. Not overthinking it, not preparing too much for it, just pour yourself, usually it's about journaling, we will see right now, on the paper, or do what this book suggests to you to do, so that you can kind of start this mechanism of change, so that you can tell the universe that by doing this ritual, you're going to say that, yes, I'm accepting this blessing that I heard in this reading. I want it, and I'm ready to open my gates to receiving it. It would be like invitation of this blessing. That's what I was intending. Second card would represent what you need to do a bit later after the first ritual, maybe in a week or so. And the third card will represent what you need to do when you're feeling that you're already fulfilling this fortune, that you're already receiving it, or starting to receive, or ready to receive. Like it's already like you just feel it with all your bones and body. However, your intuition is the most important part here. So, if intuitively you will be drawn to one of those ritual more, please feel free to do it first. You don't need to follow my schema that I created. It's all in your powers. Or if you want it, you can do them like in line. One today, tomorrow another, and day after it, the third one. Feel as you wish. You can come back to this reading. I'm going to write on the screen the explanation of the rituals, or you can actually print screen it, anything for your comfort. So spells and rituals. Self-care is sacred. Never underestimate its healing and protective powers. Self-care is your shield from unpredictable collective energy. Self-care comes in a variety of forms and rituals. For an introvert, it could be tending to plants, cuddling with pets, reading a book, or organizing an altar. For an extrovert, it could be doing tarot readings with a group of friends, dancing, or going away for the weekend. Basically, self-care can be anything. There is no such thing as a universal self-care ritual. You must listen to your heart and find the best practice for yourself. It does not have to be fancy, expensive, or Instagram worthy. When you are charged, calm, and relaxed, you are in your fullest potential. Self-care is how you take your power back. Even before I'm going to read you the ritual, I want to tell you that I understand fully now why this card was the first card for you. Because if you're still here, basically I believe that you definitely resonated when I said in the first part of the reading, right? So focusing on you, focusing on your care, how you can bring care towards your life without other people. This what can help you to accept more responsibility before yourself. Because, for example, when I refuse from meeting my friends at night, it is because I care about my sleep schedule. It is because I care about how I'm going to feel myself tomorrow. Care about myself, responsibility. So what about a ritual? Ritual self-care buff, actually. The author of this deck, they on their Instagram, they always demonstrate so beautifully aesthetic buffs that they do with those rituals. It's just amazing. Dim the lights, light your favorite candle, and draw a warm bath. Add 1 cup of your favorite salt for your hardworking muscles, such as Epsom, Himalayan, Dead Sea, etc. Add a few drops of citrus essential oil, lemon, orange, grapefruit, to boost your mood and energy. Sprinkle in some rose petals, dried or fresh. Enter the bath and place selenite on the edge of your tub for protection and healing. Be careful not to submerge your selenite crystal as it will dissolve underwater. Do a few rounds of deep breathing. Relax and soak in the magic. If you do not have a bathtub, try a foot bath instead. Self-care is unique to every individual, so relax and find the place that recharges you the most. The practice that recharges you the most. And my commentary on this would be, use what you have. Okay, so you have other essential oils that are impelling, what's the word? Interesting for your nose. Use those essential oils. Important note here, if you're pregnant or breastfeeding, please don't use essential oils without consulting with your physician, or if you definitely know that you can use some of the oils, please do. However, essential oils can have big impact on our body and on our mental state, on our brain even, because oils can penetrate our blood barrier in the brain. So please find information, search this information, and be careful with this. And definitely don't give your little baby, infant baby, essential oil buffs because of the same situation. Don't overfocus on exactly what is written right here. Just create your cozy mood, create yourself a gift that would be fulfilled through this buff ritual. I hope that you have at least 1 candle at home. Definitely taking bath with candles. It's just such a huge change and shift in energies for me personally. It just allows me to take myself out from my normal life that I experience every day. And those baths allowed me to exactly to shift. That's it. If you're already a pretty experienced bath taker, then maybe you exactly can try to experiment more with those little things that add to the mood of this ritual. Okay, let's see what is the second card. And as this oracle suggested to you, you can do a food bath. And to be honest, caring about your feet doing foot baths, doing foot massage is actually such a strong spiritual, energetic hygiene, maybe even we can say, right? Self-care, because our feet contains huge amount of important points, energetic points that connected to all our body. Every time when I spend some time on my feet, exactly, even when I do my pedicure in salon, I feel so good. Of course, because they work pretty. And I do Russian pedicure with Russian masters. I know that in North America, it could be not so comfortable experience, but all Russian, or maybe I can say Slavic masters, it's a Russian idea to call technician with the word of master. I know North Americans usually laugh at me when I use this word, but it's okay. We call them master just because professional, Anyway, so yeah, Russian technicians, or Slavic technicians, they are very caring usually. Some advertisement. But what can I say? I wish you only the best experience if you want to use someone's work. Anyhow, even going to salon, of course, it's super cool, but touching my feet with my hands and feel and focusing my attention on this process and being in some quietness with my body, this is what self-care is. Moonflower, so interesting. We got this card in the first deck group also. Bloom even if no one is watching. And I feel that, it is connected to your situation in a bit different way from the first group. Of course, the main message is still the same. Bloom when even if no one is watching. But here, being right above your Three of Cups, right situation, and this Hierophant situation, again, this is about maybe your fear of missing out. So what can help you with this fear of missing out? Moonflower, who are you in your quietest moments? Who are you when no one is looking? What ignites your soul? What are you most passionate about? The moonflower endures the strength of all elements and experiences so much hardship, using only moonlight to grow, yet she is incredibly beautiful. She blooms silently for no one but herself. Growth is never linear. For every step forward, sometimes you fall 2 steps back. Do not worry about what you cannot control, such as the judgment of others. What matters is your progress. Work on your growth, stay true to yourself, master your craft, and be the best version of yourself. Just like the moonflower, bloom in silence. Every success and every story starts with you. Everything else will follow. Just like the lotus, we too have the ability to rise from the mud, bloom out of the darkness, and radiate into the world. Buddhist proverb. The ritual of the moonflower. Sit down with a pen and paper and ask yourself, what would I do if I knew I could not fail? If you knew the universe supported your beginnings, would you be brave enough to live your life to the fullest? Somehow, I feel that I should not say anything else about this card. It's just very interesting feeling right now experiencing. If you want to listen about this card more, if you guided to listen about this card more, my explanation, if you're interested in it, you can go and watch the second part of the first group. But I just feel that you know everything what I already read to you, right? And the third card here is sign. Yeah! If you're looking for a sign, here it is. Why I said this? Because this card do not have a ritual, So when I was preparing for this reading, there are 3 cards in this deck that do not have a ritual. I thought that if we will take any card from that doesn't have a ritual, this is going to mean that like your fortune is not only destined, but actually like you don't need to do anything additional to force it to come to your life. Like those parts are really important. They are important just to your overall development. They're important to be able to actually embrace your changes and embrace your fortune. But this sign, like if you're looking for a sign, here it is. This sign tells me that those passionate ideas, and you see it's right above our Empress, Page of Wands and Knight of Wands. This thing, what you are greedy about, what you want in your life so badly, this is a sign that it is destined for you. It doesn't mean that it can like it will be fulfilled exactly in your next chapter, but this is more like this, the card of the star, I feel, right? It's just that the universe tells you that don't be afraid to move forward. This is exactly what you need to do. Continue changes, like continue developing yourself, embrace the process. But I will still read about this card because, I mean, I decided to read about every card in this reading. Here is your permission to sleep if you think you need one, to start doing something and to live your life to the fullest. Do you remember what we read about the moonflower? There was a question. If I was sure that everything will go according to my plan, how I would live my life to the fullest. Wow. So, time is precious. Do not waste any minute of it. Grab your magic wand, get up from the couch, and go chase your dreams. You have limitless potential. There are thousands of invisible hands supporting your journey. Here it is. Look, because of this moonflower question for your journaling, if no one is holding you back, how would you live your life fullest? I feel that it would be really important for you to answer this question because I feel that you might be scared and afraid to manifest. Your mind could work so hard. You have so many reasons why you cannot fulfill your dream life, or why you cannot fulfill some big ideas, that you just don't allow yourself to even maybe think about it straightforwardly. It sometimes pop up into your mind and you're like, yeah, okay, yeah, it's too difficult. So writing down about your true dream life would be really important for you because you, again, opening your gates for the universe blessings. It's not that after you will write it down, you will have to actually suddenly realize all your actions and fulfill them and follow them in strict order. No, but it can definitely has a huge impact on how you perceive your desires. If you're afraid of your desires, there is some resistance towards achieving them. I think so. So first of all, you have to acknowledge your desires and you have to become really at ease with them. You have to know about those desires. You have to understand them. They have to be part of you, acceptable part of you, for them to be able to be fulfilled. Because if in your desire there is more fear rather than anticipation, that's the work that you have to do. Shifting the balance towards some positivity. What about this reading? What you can tell me about this reading, dear group number 2? I think it was pretty inspiring. I hope that it was pretty inspiring. Please write it down in the comment section if you felt inspired by it, because this was my main purpose here today, to give you this inspiration, to give you this motivation, so that you can start doing something. Not just watching readings, not just feeling good after a reading about your fortune, right? No. Going and doing, this is what important. This is what I want to help you with my readings. So please give me a comment about your experience in this reading, and also subscribe to my channel if you still didn't do it. If you enjoyed the type how I'm read, every subscription is extremely important for me because time is actually really important for my small channel. I need to have 1,000 subscribers for the first year. Here it's already half a year and the results are as they are. And also you can order a personal reading with the Etsy shop, link would be down below. Thank you for being with me and I see you next time. Bye! Welcome my dear group number 3. Your choice for today was this blue Lepidolite, tree and tarot cats deck. And we are going to use the deck that I decided to choose in the first part of the reading to see what circumstances are going to surround you in your new chapter that will have an impact on your upcoming fortune, on your blessings that come into your way. And it is important to see the outer circumstances and also your inner situation, because in this part of the reading we can see maybe challenges or lessons that you have to overcome and go through to be able to actually achieve your fortune. And as I promised you, this reading would be actually a hand-on reading, something that you can use to be able to move towards your fortune, towards your blessings. In the second part of the reading, we will use this beautiful Moon Beach Oracle. That is, first of all, incredibly beautiful, and I will not be tired to repeat it in every reading, but also this Oracle book contains very interesting rituals that are connected to each of the cards. So we will see what exactly you can start doing to be able to move towards your fortune or your blessings. So let's start from the first part of your reading with this beloved, actually also tarot deck. When I just bought it, I used to use it every day because first of all, it shuffles so nicely. I bought it from Etsy. Ace of Cups, just a good and beautiful sign for you. I will not use it right now, but this is definitely a very good sign. Gift from universe is coming towards you. Gift to fulfill your emotional desires, you know. All right, let's see. I'm telling you, I love this deck. I just want to talk with you right now, already, here now. So let's see, what are the outer circumstances in the new chapter of your life that has impact on your upcoming fortune? Six of Wands, the card of the winner. 10 of Cups, one of the most beautiful and fortunate cards in the deck. 10 of Wands, representing tiredness, yeah. 5 of Wands, this is very interesting, 5 of Wands, because usually it demonstrates some form of conflict, but here it can give different messages. And Queen of Cups. So with the 10 of Wands being in the middle, I just read it as the most important energy here in this part of the reading. I see that circumstances that are going to impact you in this new chapter of your life are like those little mouses with their little ones that like just annoy you that much. It feels like there would be so many little tasks that you don't want to attend because you're a bit tired, or maybe even for some of you it's the energy of burnout. However, I see that only one mouse actually poking this cat's head. Other mouses are so patient, they're waiting this cat to play maybe even. So I feel that if you will feel this energy of, oh my God, I'm so tired from everything, from everyone, I just tired from the pace of my life that is happening lately. I feel from this card that your tiredness is valid and it's really important for you to accept it and analyze it. However, I feel that actually in reality, you don't need to move that fast. You don't need to load yourself that much here. So maybe the biggest lesson would be that you actually can slow down and you actually can separate those little tasks and mouses tasks, right, in different categories, and you can allow yourself to move a bit slower in some of them. The big message here is that you need to understand to maybe make two piles of what are my primary needs and tasks that are connected to my primary needs. And those needs include, first of all, your security. And in this security need, it is about obviously your earnings for your life, but also your body, your health connected to the security. That would be like our zero need, because everything is based on this need. Then relationships, and after this, work. All three of those needs are extremely important. So if something connected to those needs, it should go to the pile of the primary needs, and all other desires should go to the secondary desires, secondary needs, basically. So obviously self-care should go to the first one, because it's about feeling secure with your body, with your life. And by separating those two piles, you can actually see what should be done first and what should wait a little bit. The secondary part of desires is really important for us to live our life fullest. However, this is why they are secondary, they can wait a little. It's also interesting that they're like the circumstances that surround you, they're not only about feeling tired. Maybe with this Five of Wands, it's like usually it talks about conflicts that are based on an empty space. But here I feel it's like, again, this feeling of tiredness from those empty social communications that doesn't give you that much. Even if we have this challenging energy here, we also have the Ten of Cups and Six of Wands that come together. So I feel that you even don't need to do that much to receive fortune in your next chapter of your life. You already did that much. You already did so much. But what you have to do, you have to appreciate yourself. You have to actually look back on what you already did and what you already received to be able to experience your fortune for fullest. Because sometimes you become so tired that you actually don't care about the results and blessings that came to your life because you're already so exhausted. It's like my friend told me that she is so exhausted in the end of the year because the workload is extreme. That she actually don't really feel merry during holidays because all that she wants just lie down and sleep. And in this moment it's so important to remember about blessings that are always in your life, that are still in your life, and of course blessings that come with maybe some even material gain. The workload is big, but also results are there for you. So you have to learn how to appreciate what you already did and what you're receiving here. With this Ten of Cups, I feel that in the next chapter there would be actual outer circumstances that will allow you to experience the whole range of emotions. And of course, first of all, positive emotions. Some of those emotions that you didn't experience for quite some time, they will come to your life. With the Queen of Cups, I see here that there could be a person who feels as more mature and older than you and who expresses more feminine energy out of them, who can also be a teacher or a person who is in a deep connection with their emotions, and they will have a big impact in the next chapter of your life on your fortune. So maybe it would be good for you to listen to them, to ask for their help, and they could show you how to actually open this problematic, conflicting energy, help you to learn how to do your self-care in a better way. And as I always say, it could be someone whom you know personally, or it could be someone from the internet. Maybe you will find a new channel with the YouTuber or Instagram page, and you will have a new influx of motivation, of inspiration towards your self-care, towards accepting or creating maybe your new schedule, your new work plan here. And what's going on with your inner situation in next chapter? Ten of Swords, so painful, right underneath the Ten of Cups, Five of Swords, and Magician. Yeah, right underneath the Ten of Cups, this is a Ten of Swords. And what it tells me exactly this, the fact that you deprecate so much the results of your work. You have the tendency to see your mistakes. You see this cat, it's like, I feel that exactly right now in this situation, it's like looking back. Those swords are not falling on the cat, but she just so focused on exactly this part of the situation. She's so scared. So I feel that you have this tendency to deprecate, to judge yourself. And even if someone from outside tells you, wow, you did it, you actually went through this challenge, you, for example, studied this difficult course, you was able to pass all those exams, and you would be like, with this Five of Swords, damaging yourself, you'd be like, yeah, but like everyone who did this course passed all the exams. It's not something special. You deprecate your power, you deprecate your magic. And especially in the next part of your life, this what will have an impact on your fortune. And this, I feel, what might create a huge resistance, first of all, in yourself, of seeing the fortune and the blessings that are already in your life. You see, here's the thing. No matter how powerful you are, you have to appreciate, value what you are doing, even if it's easy for you, but I will never believe that it's easy. You know, everything, absolutely everything is difficult, even if you have talents, even if you have powers. So even if it's easy for you, in a big quotation marks, you have to appreciate the fact that you have a chance to perform this action, that you are so blessed by the universe with your abilities, for example. Like, you have to appreciate this, because you never know what might happen tomorrow, or like everything that you have right now, it's not forever, okay? Let's put it like this. So please be thankful for it, even for your inner strength, exactly for your inner strength. They were, first of all, given to you, and second, they were raised by you. All your skills, you spend time and you spend energy on raising those skills. So please appreciate yourself for this. Such a huge energy of self-deprecation, while actually you're so successful and so strong person. Just because you feel that you can do better and more, do not allow you to deprecate what you already did. You know what? Yeah, I would be that harsh right now, because I know how it is. And it's actually a huge ego problem. You know what? Deprecating yourself, it's a huge ego problem. It's like, it's not a big deal. I didn't do something special. Why you might feel like this? Only because you have extremely high standards, and all extremely high standards are based on your ego. So let's see what we have in our beautiful ritual cards for you. I decided to intend them to be basically to go in a timeline, one after another. So the first card that we're going to draw will represent a ritual that you need to do as fast as possible if it's acceptable for you, and if you're resonating, of course, with this ritual. And this ritual will basically tell universe that you are ready to embrace your next upcoming fortune, your blessings, and you're ready to work on the most difficult issues for you. And I feel that it's all in your head. It's always all in our head, but here outer circumstances are not that much impactful as your inner perception of them here. Exactly. The second card would represent the ritual that you would like to do a bit later after first ritual, maybe in a week. And the third card would represent a ritual that you could do when you will feel that you start to experience those positive changes, that like fortune or blessing is already here or right around the corner, so that you can kind of do the last step towards it. I will write on the screen all the rituals so you can print screen them, or you can come back to this reading a bit later. I'll be really glad if you watch it again, obviously. But the other notion about it is that your intuition is the most important here. So if you feel drawn to one of those rituals right now, please don't hesitate to do them. And don't hesitate to do those rituals in any orderly fashion you feel. So, like, your intuition stronger than what I'm telling you always. And we have the dark moon. Pause and rest. You deserve it. My dear group number 3. First of all, you deserve to rest from your own grip that you have on yourself, definitely. You're being called to soul search, think, reflect, and perhaps cancel your plans and just rest. Real growth occurs in moments of silence. Quiet moments bring us clarity. It is when we are absorbing everything that we learn and gain. No matter the path before you or what you have already experienced, do not skip this important phase of your growth. Learn from the moon. The dark moon is the savasana of the moon cycle. It only lasts a moment when the moon completely disappears from the sky. So pause, bask in the silence, relax, and let all the lessons take root. I feel so much resistance from you. Write please down me in the comment if you also sometimes felt that you don't know how to rest. Even if you have a lot of rest sometime in your life, you still feel that somehow you don't know how to rest enough to feel actually rested. So dark moon ritual bath. Set your intention and draw a warm bath. Light your favorite candle or incense to set the mood. Add 1 cup of your favorite salt to help relax your hardworking body, such as Epsom, Himalayan, Dead Sea, etc. Add a few drops of your favorite essential oil to stimulate your senses and encourage deeper sleep. Add a handful of flowers, fresh or dried. Remember to bring a tall glass of water to keep your beautiful skin hydrated. Get in the tub, and if you do not mind your journal getting a little wet, reflect for 5 minutes. What lessons did you learn this month? What would you like to leave behind or release? Relax and soak in the magic of the dark moon. And important notion here, if you do not have a bathtub, you can try a foot bath instead. It is just as magical and beneficial as a full bath, and I totally agree because our feet contain so many energetic points that are connected to every part of our body, so you definitely won't miss out anything in the beneficiality of this action. And also I can add that you can obviously wait for the dark moon to make this action. Or I believe that it should not be that important what's going on outside, better what's going on inside of you. The next card for you is Coven, Power of Sisterhood. So the next card tells us that the only thing more powerful than magic is sisterhood. We all crave connection and belonging. Not surface level, superficial connections, but deep and meaningful ones. True sisterhood allows us to see that we are not alone and that our problems and worries are valid. Sisterhood celebrates another woman's success without jealousy or envy. True sisterhood offers a shoulder to cry on and, when necessary, a kick in the butt, reminding you to start moving and go after your goals. Do not let your fears, insecurities, or need to be in control get in the way of connecting to other women. Choose to be a sister to every woman you meet because you are connected. We are all sisters. We all need each other. Vulnerability can be scary, but so is a life without the support of your sisters. Women instinctually know how to nourish each other, and just being with each other is restorative. The rituals for sisterhood. If you have not found your sisterhood yet, do not worry. Do what you love, and you will find the people you love. Be true to yourself and be authentic. Your vibe will attract your tribe. Remember, those you seek are seeking you. So show up and be brave. Sign up for retreats, classes, and activities that empower and inspire you. If you already have a tribe of sisters, cherish and love them deeply. Make the effort to stay in touch by asking questions and truly listening. Life can be hard at times, but if you're pulled apart, make a conscious effort to stay in touch. Create a monthly gathering, host full moon circles, book clubs, etc. I feel that this is an important part of your being that you might miss out because you're so busy or because you're scared that it's not for you, but your soul needs it. Your soul feels the need for these beautiful connections. You don't need to have 5 best friends to create this sisterhood. You just need to have those people with those energies, with energies of whom you vibe. Don't over expect from them everything in the same time. The fact that you can spend beautiful spiritual time together is more than enough to restore yourself and to fulfill yourself. Interesting. And the last card for you, spells and rituals bring magic and self-care together. Same card that we have in the previous book, in previous reading. And also, yes, for you, it's so important. You so much lack this tenderness and compassion sometimes towards yourself that you need more buffs in your life. And the ritual is very similar to the dark moon ritual here. Self-care is sacred. Never underestimate its healing and protective powers. Self-care is your shield from unpredictable collective energy. Self-care comes in a variety of forms and rituals. For an introvert, it could be tending to plants, cuddling with pets, reading a book, or organizing an altar. For an extrovert, it could be doing tarot readings with a group of friends, dancing, or going away for the weekend. Basically, self-care can be anything. I need to tell you the important thing. It is not a self-care to go to the club and drink all night. Okay? Let's make it clear here. I don't want to say that this action is extremely bad and you never have to perform it. I know that our life is so different and we need in like so many different actions to fulfill our destiny. I know it. I'm just telling you that it's not a self-care, okay? There is no such thing as a universal self-care ritual. You must listen to your heart and find the best practices for yourself. It does not have to be fancy, expensive, or Instagram-worthy. When you are charged, calm, and relaxed, you are in your fullest potential. Self-care is how you take your power back. And a ritual self-care bath. Dim the lights, light your favorite candle, and draw a warm bath. Add 1 cup of your favorite salt for your hard-working muscles. We already read it, right? Add a few drops of citrus essential oil, lemon, orange, or grapefruit to boost your mood and energy. Sprinkle in some rose petals, dried or fresh. Enter the bath and place selenite on the edge of your tub for protection and healing. Be careful not to submerge your selenite in water. It doesn't like it. Do a few rounds of deep breathing. Relax and soak in the magic. And same notion here, if you don't have a bath, do the bath for your beautiful feet. So those were all messages for you, my dear group member of 3. Did you enjoy them? Did it resonate with you? Please write down in the comments. It's really important for me to hear from you. And I'd be really glad if you subscribe to my channel. Every subscription is very important right now. You see how small am I as a channel here, but I put all my soul in every of my readings, as you already felt, I hope, if you're still here. And I also do personal readings. The link for Etsy shop would be down below. You can check it if you're interested in this. And I see you next readings. Bye.